In the last video, we looked at how to write an introduction paragraph. In this video, we will look at how to write a main body paragraph. We will continue the example that we've been looking at in previous videos, and I will show you two different ways you can write your paragraphs. As discussed in a previous video, we can organize the main body paragraphs in two different ways. For this essay, we can divide the main body paragraphs as follows. We can group together the reasons to disagree in one or two paragraphs and reasons to agree in another. I'm disagreeing, so I'll put the reasons to disagree first. Or we can group together a reason to agree and a reason to disagree in one paragraph, and a different reason to agree and reason to disagree in another paragraph. You could write a third main body paragraph like this if you can, but you don't have to. Remember that the structure you can use for your main body paragraph is topic sentence to introduce the topic of this particular paragraph, a supporting sentence, which could be, for example, a reason to agree or disagree, or in a different essay, a problem or solution, or explaining what you wrote in the topic sentence. There should then be an example to back up your supporting sentence. You then have another supporting sentence, which should again relate directly to the topic sentence. And by following this structure and using linking words, everything is connected, and therefore you should get a high score for coherence and cohesion. If we are going to group together our reasons to disagree in one paragraph, the skeleton structure will look like this. The topic sentence will tell the reader that you will now discuss the reasons to disagree. You'll then have your first reason and an example, then your second reason and another example. If you have one, you could write your third reason and example in the same paragraph, or you could have two reasons to disagree in one paragraph, another reason to disagree in a separate paragraph. I already have my reasons from the planning stage, so I can put those in now. Now we just need to rewrite this in such a way that we score highly for grammatical range and accuracy, as well as lexical resource. Before I show you my paragraph, it would be a good idea to pause the video and try to write your own paragraph, just the reasons to disagree. You can use my ideas, or you can use your own ideas if you prefer, but please use the same structure. So pause the video now and try to write, then you can compare your paragraph to mine. Try to spend about 10 minutes on it, but if you need to, please take more time. Okay, so this is my paragraph. First, I need to write my topic sentence. I want to say, here are the reasons why schools are necessary. I could write, there are lots of reasons why schools are necessary. However, lots of is a little informal, and we could use a much better word to improve our lexical range score. I don't want to repeat the words necessary or essential, so I need to use a synonym, such as vital or crucial. I can also show off my vocabulary and grammar to improve my score. We could expand this a little to make it very clear what we are talking about and to improve our grammatical range and accuracy score. So we have a topic sentence that clearly explains what this paragraph is about, with some nice vocabulary and decent grammar. We now need to state the first reason to disagree. I have chosen to start with the fact that children make friends at school as my first reason because To me, that's the most important reason. So I can say the most important reason is that children make friends at school. However, we can say this in more academic terms. I don't want to repeat the word reason, so I can change the sentence to this. So we have a complex sentence with good use of vocabulary and grammar. We're doing well. I now need to give an example to strengthen my arguments. We should use a linking phrase to show that we are about to give an example. Remember that the question says we can use examples from our own experience, so that's what I will do. And it's okay to use the words I, me, my, etc. in this situation. I need to say this in a more IELTS-y way though. I've connected the two short sentences using a relative clause, which will help my grammatical range score. And I've used the collocation remain in contact with, which will help my lexical resource score. I now need to state my second reason why we need schools. I can use another linking word to show that I've now moved on to the second reason. There's a lot of is too informal, so we can change that. I'm now going to give an example, but put it in the same sentence, using the phrase as can be seen. To introduce the final reason why we need schools, we need another linking phrase. I don't want to repeat reason, so I will paraphrase this. Again, I will combine my example and reason, this time using while to put the example first. I now just need to write the last part in a more appropriate style. And that's my paragraph finished. How does it compare to yours? If you'd like to put your paragraph in the comments, please do, and I will take a look at it. I'll now cover how to write a main body paragraph when we group together a reason to disagree and a reason to agree in the same paragraph. If we take these two ideas, we can see that they are both connected to dealing with other people at school, positively and negatively. Therefore, the topic sentence should introduce this theme. In more formal English, we can say this. Although I don't like we need, so I'll change that. I'll now state the reason to agree, but I want to show that I'm going to contrast this with a later idea. I'll therefore need to use another linking phrase to show this. I'll use despite the fact that. I should also use some kind of example to back this up. I've decided not to use the example from my plan, because I feel that only one example should come from my own personal experience. But that's just my opinion. I've seen lots of news about bullying on Facebook and in the newspapers, so I'll use this. I must now state my reason why schools are necessary that links to this. You'll notice that the language used is very similar to that used in my last paragraph. I now need my example to further explain what I mean. I can use the same sentence as from my previous paragraph. To write a little bit more and to make my point really clear, I could have a concluding sentence to emphasize that making friends at school is more important than the risk of bullying. But this is optional. So I have shown you two different main body paragraphs for both ways of structuring your essay. Of course, you would need to write at least one more paragraph either way. This would either be the reasons to agree in the first style, or a different reason to agree combined with a different reason to disagree if you're doing it the other way. So there we go. In the next video we will look at the conclusion paragraph. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, and you can follow us on Instagram and visit our website as well. The links are below. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.